In this video, Bitcoin has been forming a lot of bullish indicators for the past few days, but they have been failing. And today we are going to discuss those bullish indicators and why it's not a good time to trade for the time being. While stay tuned to know more. Do you want to learn the strategy that I use for my day-to-day trading? Then make sure to check out our Gaps Crypto 101 playlist. You can start learning how to trade in the cryptocurrency market all for free, and the link is available in the description down below. And if you want to start opening an account with any crypto trading platform, make sure to trade this guys with PHEMEX and BYBIT, as they have one of the lowest fees possible in the cryptocurrency market. And if you use our affiliate links, you can get up to 20,000 US dollars of bonuses when you are going to deposit with those trading platforms, and the links are available in the description down below. So now let's dive into this video. So hi guys, and welcome back to another Gab's cryptocurrency video where we trade by data and not by hype. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, click the subscribe button down below and hit the notification bell so you won't miss out videos like this. So yeah, there are two things which I wanted to discuss to you guys for tonight. And number one, it is the stochastic RSI, because in the stochastic RSI, we are seeing some alarming signs when it comes to the daily time frame and the weekly time frame. And then maybe you could somewhat say that the 4-hour time frame are showing some alarming signs as well. But the other thing that I wanted to discuss also is when it comes to the short term, and what are we going to expect for the short term, and why I believe it's not a good time for you to trade that. But with that being said, let's dive in first with the first thing, which is the stochastic RSI. So I think what needs to be mentioned right now is the daily time frame stochastic RSI has been pretty accurate for the past maybe 3 to 5 months, or at least, because if you are going to look at the past trends of the stochastic RSI, whenever that we have been seeing those bullish crosses, Bitcoin tends to play those bullish crosses for the past few months with the daily time frame stochastic RSI, and you have been seeing that playing out for quite of some time. And same goes with the bearish crosses for the stochastic RSI. It usually plays out in the daily time frame. And right now, the main thing which I wanted to discuss to you guys is when it comes to the latest bullish cross that we are currently seeing with Bitcoin. Because as compared to the previous bullish crosses that we saw with Bitcoin, this current bullish cross that we are currently seeing right now, you can see that we actually now have crossed above the 50 index. And typically, whenever that we are seeing a bullish cross, it usually tends to play out immediately, or if not immediately, maybe after a 1 or 2 days. But as you can see, after we have seen this latest bullish cross, you can see Bitcoin has just been getting resisted around this 111,000 to 112,000 US dollar resistance area. So another thing that I wanted to also show you guys is when it comes to the weekly time frame, because we also saw a bullish cross in the weekly stochastic RSI, which usually indicates that if you're going to look at the past few times whenever that we are going to see those bullish crosses, Bitcoin tend to follow those bullish crosses. And same goes with this one, we also followed the bullish cross. So in fact, the past few pumps that we have been seeing was because of the bullish crosses for the past 2 years. The bullish cross for the daily time frame, the weekly time frame, has been accurately been playing out with the Bitcoin price action. However, my main concern right now is, as you can see, after we have formed that latest bullish cross, you would find that we did not see a massive pump. Rather, what we saw was a decline here with Bitcoin. It invalidated the bullish cross in the stochastic RSI in the weekly time frame. So right now, this is actually posing a big danger, because if you're going to look at the weekly time frame, And if you are going to follow the weekly time frame RSI, just the RSI alone, you would find that we have been seeing those consistent increasing price action and declining RSI, which I have been mentioning for almost some few months already, which this is a bearish divergence to the downside. So right now, we have been starting to see some failure for those bullish indicators. And of course, as much as we want to see Bitcoin to remain bullish, the data is somewhat telling us that right now the bullish signs are starting to weaken and they are starting to fail. So I believe with this data that we have, it's just a matter of time on when are we going to see those massive historic Bitcoin crash that we might see here with the Bitcoin price action. So in with this being said, guys, what I highly recommend right now is if you are still bullish with Bitcoin, of course it's going to be bullish for the very long term, but of course you have to also consider that there will be an intra-market cycle volatility, which usually tends to play out every 4 years. Of course, some people would say that the 4 year cycle is already dead, and some would say that it's still alive. But right now, it's actually right now the fourth year of this current cycle, or roughly around 3.5 years already. And right now, the bullish signs are starting to decline and starting to fail. So, with that being said, I would recommend, if you are right now doing a lot of leverage trade, I would recommend to stay out for the time being and just wait for this one to play out. Generally speaking, what I would recommend to do a leverage trade is, I would only recommend if we are going to see a breakout. So right now, the very crucial breakout that we need to find here with Bitcoin is between the 106,000 US dollars and 112,000 US dollars, because if you're going to look back here with the Bitcoin price action, that has been a pretty key resistance with the Bitcoin price action. You can find that in the previous times, that area has acted, before it has acted as a resistance, and then currently it is now acting as a support area with the Bitcoin price action. So as you can see, this is the time wherein it was acting as a resistance. Then this is the time where it was acting as a support. So right now we are back inside of that area. So this very big consolidation area right now is a very crucial thing, because if we see daily candle closes above the 112,000 US dollars, then I think then we can see potentially Bitcoin to continue to the upside. However, looking at the data that we have, of course, we still have a bearish divergence forming in the weekly time frame. So I believe that it's more likely going to lead into a bearish breakout. So I believe it's going to lead into a 106K breakout to the downside. But of course, we have to consider both bullish and bearish scenarios as always. But yeah, right now the data is saying that it's looking like a potential bearish movement. So what I would want you to do, guys, is for you to monitor these two levels, which is the 106,000 and then the 112,000. And then I would recommend to stay out of the trade for the time being. But if you want to do any trades with Bitcoin, of course, you can still play out this channel that is forming, this support and resistance area forming. However, this area is right now, as you can see, it has been bouncing ups and downs. You can do some long and short positions within those support and resistance. But yeah, it really depends on how you are going to do some entry here with the Bitcoin price action, on when are you going to enter and when are you going to exit. But yeah, I would only trade this if we only see a breakout. But then looking at the 4-hour time frame RSI, you would also find that right now we are about to start to form a bearish cross with the Bitcoin stochastic RSI in the 4-hour time frame. So this could indicate that we might see more or further consolidation here with the Bitcoin price action. So yeah, right now, those are the crucial things that we are currently monitoring with the stochastic RSI. And then lastly, let's talk about the Bitcoin short term on what is happening. So as you can see, for the Bitcoin short term, we are still following this 4-hour time frame falling channel. So as you can see, this is a falling channel. And traditionally, falling channel is a bullish pattern to the upside. And as you can see, we have also started forming that bullish divergence. And right now, we are now starting to hit a key resistance around the 111,000 to the 112,000. Now, are we going to trade this upon the breakout? So, as what I've said earlier, 112,000 is a key area for resistance. So, if we want to trade a long position with Bitcoin, it has to break the 112,000 US dollars, because if it does not break the 112,000 US dollars, then of course this could lead into a fake out. So what do I mean break out at the 112,000 US dollars? What I would want to see is a daily time frame candle close above the 112,000. At the same time, it should have volume, because if it doesn't have volume, then of course we are not going to trade that. But if in case we see a daily candle close above this area, then of course we are going to target the top of the wedge, which is going to take us back to the previous all-time high around the 123,000 US dollars. So yeah, right now, those are the two crucial things that we have to monitor for the Bitcoin price action. Let's also discuss the bearish scenario for this falling channel. So if let's say we saw a rejection, because right now in the daily time frame we are seeing those declining bullish signs. We also have a bullish sign here in the RSI, which is a bullish divergence, so it should go up if you're going to follow this bullish divergence. But as you can see, we are starting to hit some resistance. If this bullish divergence fail, then of course we have to watch out for the 106,000 US dollars. And then if we see a candle close here below the 106,000 US dollars, then and then we are going to short Bitcoin up until the 98,000 US dollars if we see a candle close below the 106,000 US dollars. So right now, monitor those two key levels, which is 106 and then 112,000 US dollars. And take note, guys, if you want to take advantage of these trades with Bitcoin, make sure to trade this, guys, with BYBIT and PHEMEX, because they have one of the lowest Bitcoin trading fees possible. I personally use those trading platforms. And then at the same time, if you want to learn these types of analysis that I do, make sure to check out our Gab's Crypto 101 playlist. You can find that, guys, in the description down below. But anyway, that's all the update for the time being. If you find this video useful and informative, please give this video a like, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye for now.